Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Dharmesh Mehta. I am founder and managing director of Arthur Foodso Private Limited. આજે આપણે લોકો બધા બેઠા છીએ. આપણે ઇન્ડિયા એસિલેટર ન્યૂ આપણે સુરતમાં આપણે લોકો સેન્ટરનું ઇનોગ્રેશન કરી રહ્યા છે કાલે. અને હું સાઉથ ગુજરાત ચેમ્બર ઓફ કોમર્સને બી આભાર વ્યક્ત કરી કે આપણને આવી ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટી જે મળી કે ચેમ્બરની અંદર પ્રેઝન્ટ કરવા માટે. વેલકમ શ્રી વિજન જરીવાલા ટુ વેલકમ ધી ઇવેન્ટ. થેન્ક યુ સર.
નમસ્કાર.
નમસ્કાર.
સદન ગુજરાત ચેમ્બર ઓફ કોમર્સ એન્ડ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીમાં આપ સર્વનું હાર્દિક સ્વાગત છે. નસીબ જેમના ઊંચા અને મસ્ત હોય છે એમની કસોટી પણ જબરજસ્ત હોય છે. ઉગતા સૂર્ય અને દોડતા ઘોડાના પોસ્ટર રાખવાથી સફળતા મળતી નથી, પણ સફળતા માટે સૂર્યની પહેલા ઉઠીને ઘોડાની જેમ દોડવું પડે છે. શરૂઆત આત્મવિશ્વાસથી કરવી પડે અને તો જ સફળ થવાય છે. આ વાતને નજરમાં રાખીને સુરતના અને દક્ષિણ ગુજરાતના ઉદ્યોગોને એક નવું જોમ મળે, નવી દિશા મળે અને વેપારના ઉચ્ચતમ શિખરો સુરતનો સામાન્ય વેપારી સર કરે એવા ઉચ્ચ વિચારો સાથે આ ચેમ્બરમાં સમગ્ર વર્ષ દરમિયાન લગભગ 500 થી વધારે કાર્યક્રમ આવા નોલેજ સિરીઝના ચેમ્બર કરતી આવી છે. સૌપ્રથમ આજનો આ કાર્યક્રમ ન્યુચરિંગ સ્ટાર્ટઅપ બિલ્ડિંગ રેઝોલન્સ એન્ડ સ્કેલિંગ ન્યૂ હોરાઇઝન વિષય પર આયોજિત છે. એમાં ઉપસ્થિત આપ સૌ મહેમાનો, ઉદ્યોગ જગતના પ્રતિનિધિઓ, સ્ટાર્ટઅપ ફાઉન્ડર્સ અને સૌ યુવાન મિત્રોનું હું હાર્દિક સ્વાગત કરું છું. આપણી વચ્ચે આજના મુખ્ય વક્તા તરીકે ઉપસ્થિત છે एक्स चीफ ऑफ द आर्मी स्टाफ जनरल मनोज मुकुंद भाई नरवणे जी. सर, आपका तहे दिल से मैं स्वागत करता हूँ. सैन्यમાં જેમણે કારકિર્દી બનાવી, ભારતની સેનાને જેમણે સુરક્ષિત ભારતને સુરક્ષિત રાખવા માટે મહત્વપૂર્ણ નિર્ણયો જેમણે લીધા છે અને આજે એમના અનુભવોને આપણી સાથે शेयर કરવા માટે सर આપણી સાથે અહીં ઉપસ્થિત છે. सर, चैम्बर की ओर से आपका मैं स्वागत करता हूँ. આપણી સાથે ઇન્ડિયન એસ્કેલેટરના ફાઉન્ડર અને સીઈઓ, ફિનોવેવના વીસી અને કો-ફાઉન્ડર શ્રી આશિષ ભાટિયાજી ઉપસ્થિત છે. સર, ચેમ્બર વતી સ્વાગત કરું છું. આજના યુગમાં જ્યારે ભારત સ્ટાર્ટઅપ નેશન તરીકે વૈશ્વિક નકશા પર ઝડપી ગતિએ આગળ વધી રહ્યું છે ત્યારે આપણી વચ્ચે ઉપસ્થિત આ બંને મહાનુભાવોના વિચારો અને આ વિચારોમાંથી જે ફળ આપણે મેળવવાનું છે એ ફળ આપણે મેળવીએ અને ભારતના પ્રધાનમંત્રી મોદી સાહેબનું મેડ ઇન ઇન્ડિયા, મેક ઇન ઇન્ડિયા અને આત્મનિર્ભર ભારતનું સ્વપ્ન આપણે સૌ ભેગા મળીને સાકાર કરીએ એવી આશા સાથે આપ સૌનું ફરીથી સ્વાગત કરું છું. થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ.
થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ વિજયભાઈ. હવે આપણે બુકે અને મેમોન્ટોની સાથે વિજયભાઈ મનોજભાઈ દરવાણીજીનું સ્વાગત કરશે.
અને આપણા ચેમ્બરના ઓફિસ બેરર આપ સૌ આવો. आओ सर, जल्दी पे आओ. सर, ये टेक्सटाइल काम है. टेक्सटाइल से ही सबसे
सर आगे जाइए.
वेलकम टू सुरत.
આશીષભાઈ.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Now I am request to CM Mitesh Modi ji. He is explain about the program.
Good evening to everybody. Good evening. And Jai Shri Krishna. Today my duty is to say about the program. On behalf of the Saranjila Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the Startup and Innovation Committee of our Chamber of Commerce, I warmly welcome all of you to this power session on nurturing startups, building resilience and scaling new horizons. Friends, why we have organized this session? Why? What is the need of this session of this program? You know that India today is the third largest startup ecosystem in the world, with more than 1.25 lakh recognized startups and 110 plus unicorns valued at about $350 million. This is the scenario, and India is at the third place. Many startups are incorporated, they have started their activity, but in between, majority, 90% startups are failed. Why? Because they are not given the proper guidance, management, skill, and support. So, for this resilience, foresight, strong leadership is required to continue to develop and to sustain the startups started by the youth. Friends, India is the country at present wherein the youth 140 crores आबादी उसमें से ज्यादा young है, youth है. It is the duty of our government to convert our youth as our assets, not as the liability. So this new concept of startups has been developed in our country. Now about Surat, South Gujarat. It is said that Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, they are the leaders in the startup units. Then why not Surat and South Gujarat? We are at present, friends, we are the cleanest city of the India. We are the diamond city of the India. We are the textile city of the India. Why not the startup city? So for nurturing the youth, engage with our Chamber of Commerce, we have organized this program for the benefit of our members from various industries, various states, and various organizations. This evening is very important. We take note why this is important. Because in this session, we have two visionary leaders, two personalities. One, respected General Manavipur Naranegi, retired, and I must add why we have the feeling of proud at present because I am beside this personality on the dais. Why? General Naranegi as the chief who deftly handled the 2020 India-China LAC crisis, which led to a protected military standoff and arguably a paradigm shift in India's geopolitical environment and outlook. He personally helped plan and oversee the operation that outflanked China at the strategic heights of Pangong Lake's southern bank, delivering a key piece of leverage to India negotiators. Sir, we are very fortunate. We found that our chamber of commerce is very lucky to have you in this our session, sir. We wish that you come again and again, and we give the confidence and boost to our chamber of commerce. Sir has considered to be a China expert and also has vast experience in counter-insurgency operations in Jammu and Kashmir and India's northeast. He also headed the Kolkata-based Eastern Command that is responsible for guarding India's border with China in the eastern sector. Given India's security challenges in Kashmir and the northeast and border problems with China, his experience and expertise will carry great value in national security decision making. What we as a Chamber of Commerce expect, we have such a dignitary we have in this session. Sir, once again we feel very proud and very we are very much honored for what we can say much more. The another visionary personality, Mr. Ashish Bhatia. He is there on the dais. He is going to guide us on how accelerators and VCs can help turn Surat into a next Silicon Valley. So your guidance is always needed. We have just discussed in our President's Chamber what we can do for our trade and industry people, how can we support them, how can we nurture. He has shared some thoughts with me and we will certainly work out on that aspect also. Friends, India is marching towards its 10 trillion economy vision for 2047 and startups are expected to contribute nearly 25 to 30% of that growth. The future is startups. There are so many industries, so many factors, so many sectors are also there. The youth can engage themselves in that area to develop them, to earn money for himself and to earn money for the country also. Therefore, this session, this program is arranged with one simple aim: to inspire entrepreneurs to think big, to build resilience, and to create new pathways for Surat's growth in the startup ecosystem. With this brief note about this program, I once again welcome all of you and thank you all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Bhai. Now I request Mr. Sankit Shah to introduce Mr. Ashish Bhatia, founder and CEO of India. Sankit, please.
Good evening, all of you. I have got the task to introduce Ashish Bhatia ji. It's just like that introducing Amitabh Bachchan to the Bollywood. He's so renowned in the startup ecosystem. Let me just do it. Ashish Bhatia is a founder and CEO of India Accelerator Fund, which got the Best Accelerator Award from the Prime Minister in 2022. The main aim of Ashish Bhai and India Accelerator is to groom all the startups in all the ways, just like funding, administrative, marketing, and all the things. He has a vast experience of 25 years in the startup industry. And let me just welcome you, Ashish sir. Thank you very much.
Having said that, while he said very kindly Amitabh Bachchan, अगर मैं अकेला घूम रहा हूँ कोई पहचानेगा नहीं मुझे। Thank you so much for the welcome. अमिताभ बच्चन का ऐसा ही होता है। Sure, sir. So, good evening once again. Am I audible?
Yes.
My only request is make this session as interactive as you can. Please talk to me, please ask me questions. Let it not be a monologue. Thank you for taking out time and for welcoming us to launch IA Hub in Surat, India Accelerator. Before I do that, while everybody is very kind with the words, let me not take the whole credit. We have got the entire leadership team here. Can I just request all of you to raise your hand, stand up, acknowledge, give your names, and then we'll move on from there. Mona, stand up, introduce yourself. You have played a huge part in our success, so please. You are
Hi
the
everyone,
co-founder.
I'm Mona Singh, co-founder of India Accelerator. So very, very pleased and excited to be here. We've been involved in the Surat ecosystem remotely, we've been discussing. But now with our physical presence, this shows our commitment and seriousness to build the startup ecosystem here. So very excited about that. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Abhay. I'm a co-founder at India Accelerator and building India Accelerator from scratch. I'm too excited to be part of building it up in Gujarat. And looking forward to working closely with all of you guys. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, I'm Manish Bhatia. I'm one of the co-founders at India Accelerator and really excited to be here. As Mona was saying, we were working already in Surat remotely, but now we have an office here, so looking forward to working with all of you to make sure that this startup ecosystem in Surat progress well. Thank you.
Of course, how can I forget Abu? Abu, please, Abu. You are such a part of us as Revolution, as
Yes, thank you everyone. I'm Apurva Bora. I'm a co-founder of a fund by name Finvolve, which is a joint venture with India Accelerator. So I'm associated with India Accelerator as the IA family. And I'm also actively associated with Dharmesh Bhai for the last about 25 odd years. So, I'm like at equidistance in that sense, my association with both the entities here. Thank you.
Thank you guys. So thank you for the time for launch of India Accelerator. When we were thinking about this launch, if I were to ask you, what do you understand about India Accelerator? India Accelerator है क्या? आपने time निकाला है for us to come here and launch our hub. But any thoughts on what do you think India Accelerator is? I requested for an interactive session, so please. Support startup, yes, absolutely. Support, promote.
Like when I read about it, I think it's about collaboration and like empowering the founders and giving strategies on how they can scale their startups better. And apart from it, it also helps with the funding, like pre-seed seeding funding. So like it really helps them to nurture and grow better so that they do not stop in the middle. Like someone already said that a lot of startups have been stopped like 90 to 100 because they do not have the proper mentorship. So I think India Accelerator also provides with that mentorship as well as the collaboration and proper strategies to the founders and post scaling.
What's your name?
Samiksha.
Samisha, we are open to hiring people here. By the way. Well done. I think you have done a great job of explaining what IA is. But basically, आप लोगों ने story सुनी होगी The Elephant and Six Blind Men. If we were to ask 6 people what IA is, essentially you will get 6 different answers. By the way, there is a presentation going on. Is it okay if I stand there? Would that be okay?
Yes.
Am I audible? Yeah. So if you ask 6 people, you will get 6 different answers. And on the slide, you can see people getting confused whether we are a VC, whether we are an incubator, are we a co-working space. Just give me 1 second. Sorry to causing all the disturbance. Is it fair? Do you all understand all these terms? So that people get confused on what IA is. When I was thinking about presenting, I thought, how could I simplify what IA is so that people can remember it? And then I thought, यार गुजरातियों को क्या पसंद होगा? How can I simplify what IA is? Gujarati's most favorite thing, money. I don't think I can talk about money with Gujaratis. Second, I thought alcohol. Then I thought maybe that's not the best of the topic to talk in public. Food. Well, I don't know why you put sugar in every food item, but still, food is the item that. Oh. What is this? A burger? A bun? Pav, whatever you call. Think of it as a startup. what I want you to remember is, all IA does is to turn this into this. That is all we do. Nothing more, nothing less. When a startup comes to us, pretty simple, founder है, struggle कर रहा है, पैसा नहीं है, mentorship नहीं है, market नहीं है. We work with them. We work with them a lot. And hopefully one day, the startup becomes this. Would you take this message away? If anybody asks you, this is what we do. We are not in burger business, by the way. Just to be very clear. But ये हम करते हैं. Now, how do we go about doing it? हम करते क्या है इसमें? Think of the burger, the bun as a startup. The bun is a startup. Abu talked about Finbone. That's the money part. That's the patty. If you don't put in that meat in the startup, meat as in not the non-veg part, the real part, then without that patty the burger doesn't really have a chance. We have put in the cheese. Cheese is the mentorship. All the 150 odd mentors that we have got, we take a lot of advice from Nirvana Saab, we take a lot of advice from other experts, and those experts work with startups to grow it. Condiments, market access, growth, tomatoes, all the hygiene services, everything that a startup requires, typically we would put in. And the last part is the hubs, the hub that we are launching in Surat also. All that combines together for a startup to turn into this. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes. Yes.
Capital, space, mentorship, growth, all getting together to build a juicy, fat burger. So far, so good. Please stop me anytime you want. Okay, let's move on. Who is good at doing this? The whole thing that I explained just now. Who is good at doing this? Who's having capital? कौन? Give a hint. कौन? Why overcomplicate? It is a burger. Which entity is good in making burgers? McD. Fair enough. We have learned a lot from McD, by the way. McD is not about building one great burger. McD is all about systems and processes. You take a bun, you put it in a toaster, you put the condiments, you put the patty, you heat it, hand it over, all in matters of minutes. The whole thing. So McDonald's is McDonald's because of its systems and because of its processes. You go to any McDonald's, you will get the same service. So what's the takeaway from McDonald's? They started with one chain, one hub. You know how many McDonald's are there right now? How many are in Surat? ये तो पता होगा.
6.
How many worldwide? They started with one, and then they put in the system, they put in the processes, so that they could replicate making a great burger across. How many are there? Almost 44,000. Just imagine the kind of playbook they would have to come up with the same quality of exceptional burgers. Now, if our startup is a burger, what do we learn from McD? What they did for burger, India Accelerator does for startups. Of course, we do end up with some bad burgers. Some founder eats the whole patty himself. Those are the ethics issues, and we have got some examples. But ultimately, it is all about systems, processes, playbook. That's what we do. That's what we learn from them. Again, I am reminding, we are not in burger business. I'm just trying to take an example so that you can correlate and understand what IA does. So far, so any questions? So the understanding is, you have processes, you put in some financial capital into the startup, you put in some intellectual capital through the mentorship, and you provide them all the infrastructure services. If you provide all of that to a startup, is it a guarantee that it will be success? the odds of success becomes better. Sir talked about mortality rate of startups, more than 90%. All we want to do is, can we work with a startup, a good startup by the way, and improve the odds of success? Because ultimately, the Murphy's law applies very well to a startup. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And it takes a village to raise a child, it takes an entire team to raise a startup. The quote on the right side, any guesses? I believe in the process. If you take care of the process, the results will take care of themselves every time. Who said that? One of the most successful Indian captain of recent times. Just focus on the processes, the outcome will take care of themselves. Startup investment is a risky business. We get disturbed by कि इसका पैसा बनेगा नहीं बनेगा, all of that. Take that away. Focus on the processes, the outcome will take care of themselves. So these 5-6 slides, whatever I have covered, the whole point is having a system in place, having that repeatability. All so far so good. Again, I'm again asking because I don't see many questions or many hands going up. Yes, sir. Please. Thank you.
According to what is the definition of good startup? Startup has to be good.
What is the definition of good startup? Simple definition is any startup that can make money for us.
Otherwise, it can startup has to be good.
Startup has to be good. And again, that was out of a joke. Anybody else from the team that wants to cover the question, by the way?
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
it should be a problem solving, general problem solving, some solution which is deliverable at economical price to the consumer. Then only it will be a successful start.
आप आपस में बैठे हो ना?
It has to be unique something.
I'm just kidding. It's an excellent
You
definition.
got inspired.
It's an excellent answer. Anybody else?
Yeah, personally, I feel that a product has to be unique. It has to be for the first time introduced in the market, and it has to be satisfying certain kind of needs.
A startup has to solve a genuine problem. If you solve that problem, then you're a good startup. I'm not going into the pedigree of the founder, IIT guy, IM guy, answer does not matter. I'm not going to the technology side of things. Is it a blockchain? Is it a AI? I'm not going to do that. A startup fundamentally has to solve a problem in a novel way which has not been done earlier. If you start to get some traction, if you start to get some customers, it means you are in business.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, please.
I'm a mentor with various startups as of now. And I've seen startups launch at a very high note. They do marketing, extensive marketing also. Still they fail after 3 years. What can be the reasons or what do you think should be the suggestions for that? Any just an idea for all to understand.
You can use the mic.
See, marketing. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
So marketing and launch, a grand launch does not guarantee the success of a startup. It's about, of course, you make noise, you establish your presence, you let people aware of, the brand being there. But apart from that, it's ultimately the execution that makes all the difference. And, tying the first question to this, it's also the quality of founders. While absolutely the use case, the problem that the startup is solving is extremely important, but a lot of times what we've seen in our journey also, the problems change. You pivot the use case, you make whatever you started out with, it changes and evolves over a period of time. But if the founders are resilient, if the founders are committed, and if the founders know the industry, that makes a huge difference. So that's something that we definitely focus on while we are working with the startups.
Thank you, Mona.
Many times we get better version of it than the previous one it already falls down. Like take example of Byju's, Unacademy. They were there for few years in market. After that they fall down when a new idea or new version of education came in there.
Yeah, Byju's went down for multiple reasons.
Right.
The founder eating the patty was one of them. if the burger was the starter, and we talked about the MACD example, focusing on startup ecosystem, which is the most important, most popular, and most impactful kitchen in the world, which has produced a lot of startups. So move away from MACD now. You're not getting any burgers, but which is the most impactful kitchen across the world? Who would have produced startups like MACD produces burgers? YC is one of them. The region, I'm talking about the region. We are in Surat as a region. Which region do you think has a legitimate claim to be the most important kitchen of startups in the world? Bangalore. Seriously. Heard of Silicon Valley? Silicon Valley? What is so special about Silicon Valley? You know how many unicorns are there in the world? Yes, it's not a KBC. 1,005. Who said that? धीमेश भाई गूगल खोल के बैठे हो या मेरा स्लाइड है आपके पास? So we have got 1500 से ऊपर unicorns in the world. Silicon Valley, that region alone, contributes about 25% of those unicorns. Just imagine that region alone. It is almost saying कि मैगडी का एक जो हब है, एक रेस्टोरेंट है, वो 25% of global sales के बराबर है. So it means there has to be something more to it than simply process. If everybody can put in processes, but then what? They don't end up being a Silicon Valley. So what more is required to become a Silicon Valley? That's the topic of today's conversation. और क्या चाहिए? Processes चाहिए, of course. मैगडी की तरह. We need to have repeatable playbook, and we can do it day in and day out. But would that guarantee we become a Silicon Valley?
No, we need research.
We need research and vision.
What comes next?
First is we need mindset and culture. That is one of the big reasons why we are here in Surat. You are an entrepreneurial city. We don't need to teach you how to take risk and how to do business. We are here to learn from you guys. Mindset in Silicon Valley is a mindset of taking risk. They are not afraid to fail. They are not afraid to experiment. That mindset has to be there. Industries and research organizations. We requested, sir, can we get access to industries? There is a reason for it. Unless a startup does not get to pilot with industries, both parties cannot learn from without each other. They have got Intel, Nvidia, Cisco, NASA. All of those big organizations gave a lot of work to those startups for them to have a chance to be successful. Access to capital. Hugely critical. If you don't put in the patty, how is anybody going to enjoy the burger? That is where Finwall came into play. In 2 years, we have become one of the fastest growing VC in the ecosystem. Apurv, can I request you for 2 minutes to just talk about a little bit about Finwall? Because there's a huge sum of capital that you are committing to the startups of this area.
So very quickly, when we started Finwall, which is less than 3 years old as of now in terms of our activities, we were, maybe 200th or 250th player to enter into this space. If I give some numbers, exact numbers, there are 335 Category 1 angel funds in India, and we are one of them. In this short period, we are the only one who has launched and closed 4 funds already. And we are running 3 funds parallel. So by all means, we are the fastest growing fund in India today from that perspective. All this in just about less than 3 years' time. And we believe that the angel ecosystem from here on, we also experimented it in something which was a little late stage pre-IPO as well. Now the founder has the confidence that if they come to us as a center, there is enough and more experience and expertise for us to manage, right from an early stage to leading up to a pre-IPO stage. So in less than 3 years' time, if somebody has become an angel fund to a pre-IPO fund, an absolute multi-stage VC fund, we probably are the only ones in India to do that as of now.
Thank you, Apu. And I think it's also right time to call out contribution of Dharmesh Bhai, because you have been a huge contributor along with the team of yours, Dharmesh Bhai. Can I request all of you to please at least stand up and acknowledge the applause which will be coming just because what you have done for the fund, guys. Thank you so much. The fastest growing fund, our expansion into Surat or different cities will not be possible without all of your love and support. Thank you so much. Access to capital. They've got Sequoia, they've got A16Z. Again, just out of curiosity, India में कितना VC capital deploy होता है हर साल? Startup is an exceptional asset class, but how much money get deployed? नहीं यार क्या बात है? Almost 20 odd billion. Take a crack at US capital deployment into startup ecosystem. That will tell you the gulf between us and them. Sir, the president and the vice president are in China. China, the second largest. You can't even start to compare where we stand against those two countries. US does a $300 billion investment. We do a $20 billion investment. Capital becomes hugely critical for a country like us if startups have to be successful. Hence the role that FinWall has to play. What else? Government support? Do we have enough support? We have what I have. We have got government of Gujarat support in all of the institutions. Startup policy, Startup India. We have got enough support. Universities? They have got Stanford. They have got Berkeley. Do we have great universities in Surat? Human capital. The founders, the pedigree, the quality of founders. All of them combined, and of course, there's YC, there's Sequoia, all of them stitch together this ecosystem to make Silicon Valley what Silicon Valley is today. It is very easy to have a presentation title, How to Turn Surat into Silicon Valley. We are light years away from that. Unless all of us start to contribute now and build towards that vision. Seems like an end of the presentation. No, I have got a few more slides. Okay, no, I'm not going to go to it. This is just too much of a delay. Processes. We understood processes. We also understood processes by themselves they are necessary but not sufficient. Lot of other things need to come together to create that ecosystem. So we learned from that. We brought in government, we brought in industries, we brought in academia, we got them connected, we stitched them together to come up with something called IA Multiverse. A startup does not require just passive capital. You put money in, you forget, you will lose it. There has to be somebody actively working with the startup day in and day out. That is what we have learned, that is what we do. Infra capital, all the hubs, all the services, financial capital, and the intellectual capital. Or other way around. ये तीन चीजें, 3 axes where we work on. Looks good in theory. Have we done something on those lines? Is there a startup that we have incubated which has done well? I have got a founder here who's from our first cohort, Himanshu Gupta. Himanshu, आपको वही बोलना है जो बताया गया था बोलना है. But jokes about Himanshu is somebody who I've known for years now. Himanshu, I think, was in the first cohort 2018. So 2018 to 2025, have we done something for you? How? Just say the right things, please.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Himanshu Gupta. I'm the founder and CEO of Lawyer. So, मेरे लिए कुछ ज़्यादा मुश्किल था स्टार्टअप स्टार्ट करना because Lawyer से पहले almost 19 years कॉर्पोरेट में लगाए थे. तो स्टार्टअप करना था, तब तक स्टार्टअप का वर्ड बहुत ही बज़वर्ड होता था, लेकिन कैसे करते हैं, क्या करते हैं, ये नहीं मालूम था. तो बहुत चीजें अनलर्न करके लर्न करना, जो एक बहुत बड़ा टास्क होता है किसी भी फाउंडर के लिए. That is something that I got to know from India Accelerator. So India Accelerator आपको जैसे कहते हैं कि एक मशीन होती है जिसमें से आप यहाँ से आप डालो और उधर से आपको लर्निंग मिलती है. अनलर्न करना है और क्या लर्न करना है, क्या सिखाना है, इस स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम को अपने आप को चलाने के लिए, दैट इज समथिंग दैट आई लर्न, नॉट जस्ट कैपिटल, नॉट जस्ट मेंटरशिप। इफ आई टेल यू, हमने लॉयड स्टार्ट की थी एज अ मार्केट प्लेस, लीगल मार्केट प्लेस। 2 साल में एडवाइजर्स और मेंटर्स के साथ मिलकर समझ में आया कि मार्केट प्लेस लीगल में इसका भविष्य नहीं है। 2020 में फिर हमने पिवट किया। पिवट करने के बाद हमने कंज्यूमर के लिए लीगल प्रोडक्ट बनाने शुरू किए। तो द पॉइंट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू इज कि इंडिया एक्सेलरेटर आपको सिर्फ एक कोर्ट में आने के बाद सिर्फ फंडिंग दिलवाने तक नहीं रहती, ये स्टार्टअप की पूरी जर्नी तक रहती है। आई थिंक अभी 6-7 इयर्स हो गए हैं मुझे साथ में, and I think I have raised capital from India Accelerator for almost 4 times, 3 to 4 times in my funding. And इस रूम में अगर मैं देखूंगा तो शायद जहाँ देखूंगा मेरे इन्वेस्टर बैठे हैं, and they are not just investors but also have been helping me in terms of building business also. Amish ji is here, he is also investor now and also helping me scale business in Bombay. So that's what India Accelerator does, and I am really happy to be part of India Accelerator in terms of my startup. Thank you.
So we are into the first startup. We are starting our startup journey from.
Himanshu, I'm sorry for what is about to come up on the slide. He was like this when he came to us. I mean, as a startup, please don't go into the physical part. We turned him into this. Okay, Himanshu, well done. It's not just for losing weight and growing your startup. We got this award not just for making you lose weight, but for doing a wonderful job of the startup ecosystem. I don't think Himanshu has told you the real breaking news that is about to come, but this could very well be a big, huge outlier story that you will get to know in which ways. He is going to become a public figure very soon, hopefully. Great. We have got processes. We know what it takes to build a catchment area, the ecosystem like a Silicon Valley. We have done it in one place. MACD has worked out very well in one place. Now what? Time to scale. That is exactly the reason why we are here. Back to MACD. 44,000 outlets. Once you have cracked the puzzle, there is no point holding back. And what they do very well, and which we of course are learning, whenever you go to a region, you adapt. They don't serve beef or pork in India. You won't find a paneer tikka MACD in US or a masala dosa burger, teriyaki burger in Japan. So they adapt. If we go, not even if, now that we are in Surat, we have to adapt to the local Surat culture, to what kind of industries would be best suitable for the startups that we bring from outside. So we'll have to customize our multiverse for each and every geography to become as globally successful as MACD was. If you look at successful ecosystems across the world, each of them have evolved around some local factors. Boston, New York, Austin, they have all emerged because of the local geographic factors, whatever it is. The location of kitchen is critical to leverage local synergies. So all of us have to figure out what works well for Surat and work accordingly. Going to this. When we are looking at expansion, we looked at the top 50 cities in the country. If you have to become a MACD of startups pan India, we have to find out which are the areas where startups are, which is a high density startup area. You know where Surat ranks as far as startup ecosystem ranking is concerned? You know where Gujarat is as in state ranking? Gujarat, any idea? Modi Sahab ki state mein ho. What else could be there except number 1? So Gujarat is first, by the way. Where does Surat lie in overall ranking of cities in startup ecosystem in the country? Last year you were 14. The intent is now that IA is here, will improve. These are the catchment areas. A startup sitting in Surat might not come to Gurgaon, where our headquarters is. And if it's a good startup, there is no reason for us not to come here and work with that startup. These areas become the catchment areas for us to capture the high quality startups. We have covered this part. I can bet anything you would not know this number. How many startups are in Surat? 4,000. That is one of the primary reasons. Of course, we have got plenty of bakers out here who have helped us to launch in Surat. But these are the numbers that were amazing. I'm rushing through because I think I had 30 minutes and I'm already out of time. Oh. There are few numbers mentioned there. Very interesting numbers. When I looked at those numbers, they were simply amazing. Why Surat? आप तो सूरत के निवासी हो. Give me three good reasons why we should be in Surat. Your 15th number, by the way. 50 और options हैं. Why should IA be in? Mindset. Good. Gujarat has got enough of mindset. Why? Strategic location. You're not on strategic location. You're on Mumbai Ahmedabad bullet train road. Train route. Sorry. Yeah, strategic location is one. What else? How? You just look at the slide. I was amazed by this number. Hear me out. Surat is the fastest growing city in the world. In the world. 9.2% annual GDP growth rate. 2019 to 2035 का gap year ले. Surat will be the fastest growing city in the world. How can we miss Surat? Unless you guys prove us wrong. Surat का एक amazing statistic. Fastest growing city. Strategic location, sir. Absolutely. Entrepreneurial mindset. Excellent. Sorry.
The guts to take the risks.
Guts to mindset. Yeah, absolutely. We learn a lot from Gujaratis. Absolutely. Excellent mindset. Excellent culture. Can't absolutely complain about that. Surat's GDP. Sorry. $72 billion. One simple amazing fact. In next 20 years, this GDP is going to grow by 20 times. हम यहाँ के आपको सूरत के बारे में कन्विंस कर रहे हैं. How bad is that? 20 times. Surat's national income is 1.8x national. Surat's income is 1.8x national income. Cost of living is less. Ask me. I live in Gurgaon. Cost of living कम है, पैसा ज़्यादा है, mindset है, fastest growing economy है, strategic location है. एक ही चीज मिसिंग है. Any guesses? Thank you. Of course, we have to be very careful in what kind of startups we seed in Surat. We want to make success of those startups in Surat, and then it will start to have multiplier effect. Now, every founder worth his salt or her salt want to go to Silicon Valley. Can we create success stories in Surat? So this becomes a de facto startup area for the country. From 50, it should start to creep up and hopefully rise in the rankings. Again, I'm rushing through in the interest of time. You've already answered this question mark. So we have got this financial. You remember the three axes? Just remember, financial capital through Finboard, intellectual capital, all the mentors, the deep mentors we have got, and infra capital, infrastructure, hubs, services, accounting, legal, whatever it is. What we want to tell a startup founder is focus on your core area, leave rest to us. पैसा किससे लेना है, बैठना कहाँ है, अकाउंटिंग कौन करेगा, मेंटरशिप कितना काम आएगी, धंधा कहाँ से मिलेगा, we'll provide. You do what you are supposed to do, that's build your startup. The holistic multiverse. Any question, guys? This is where we want to be. As I told you, we have got 50 city plan. Surat is going to be our first serious expansion. So please do not let us down. All those numbers will go in the air faster than if it doesn't work for IE. And by the end of first quarter of next year, these are the places where we would be. Remember? Maybe? Guess where we started off with? You know the founder's name, right? Ray Kroc. Have you heard of it? Yes. We love Ray Kroc. Any reasons why? Well, मेरी उम्र देख के बोल रहे हो. But yes, he was 52 years old when he started. From one center to 44,000, a visionary. The best part is McD is not a burger company. You know what it is? It's a real estate company. IA is not a co-working company. While we have opened a center here, we are into startup ecosystem. And that happens to be the roof under which our startups would sit. We are in business of startups, we are not in business of selling seats. As McD is not in business of selling burgers by the way. Team IA Surat, we have covered, and again, we cannot on behalf of IU thank you guys enough. अगर आप लोगों का support और ये नहीं होता trust, we would not have enough courage to venture out. Surat polishes 90% of words diamonds. Can it polish word startups? Line अच्छी है? Can you? Any question, guys? I'm sorry I've taken a lot more time. Anything that I can answer, I will be more than happy.
स्वाद के बिना तो आगे चलता नहीं, तो आपका क्या स्वाद रहेगा?
Sir, हम एक fund है. How does a fund make money? Find an exceptional, high potential startup as early as possible. We want to find the next Zomato when it was still a tiny startup and take it to the listing space. The delta that you make in this asset class, if you happen to find a great startup, I can very easily tell you comfortably that it will beat all other asset classes by a huge margin. Our intent is 45 to 50% of startups now happen in tier 2, tier 3 cities outside the metros. अगर हमें मछली पकड़नी है तो हमें वहां आना पड़ेगा जहां मछलियां हैं. अगर आधी स्टार्टअप मेट्रोस के बाहर हैं तो we have to go to those. Hence Swarth is there, but that Swarth works for everybody. The founder, the employment of that region, the growth of that region, the industries, diamond industry, textile industries, it works for everybody. So it's not a zero-sum game. But yes, it is not for charity. The greatest wealth is created if people are greedy for the right reason. Anything else, guys? Yes, ma'am.
How do you realize that an idea has a potential? Like if I'm working on myself, like an idea I'm working on, how do I realize it has a potential to become a good startup and then you can go on a journey of?
You apply to us and we'll talk. In interest of time. Ma'am,
I'm bothering everyone again and again. Please don't get
have you checked with your neighbor? Does he have the answer?
No, he doesn't have.
Okay, please go ahead. Shoot.
Because the answers are for everyone who has been.
No, I'm kidding. Please go on.
Of course, he's my husband, so he would know
Oh.
that I will not sit quiet there and I Jokes apart. My question is, I've been mentor and I've been associated with various associations, and I know how the startups are shortlisted. Say, 10 or the startups have come in from there. You shortlist one which has to be funded. So this question, I think Pinball will be able to answer better. So once you shortlisted a startup for funding, how much time will you take to actually release the funds to that startup to launch?
So the fastest we would have done would have been about 8 to 10 days time.
8 to 10 days?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
That's the fastest we would have done. But those are abnormal cases. It can take even up to 3 months. It all depends upon the level of due diligence that you are required to carry out on a particular idea. If it's straightforward, it's simple, things can happen a little faster. But there is no fixed timeline that we can work with, that how much of time we will take to give the money.
Rough approximation I want because I
Is
want
roughly
to
about-
certain startups.
Roughly about 2 months is what you should count.
Thanks a lot.
Any last question?
I think Surat has a culture of bootstrapping their startups. So how do we put in the mindset of people to get funds from outside?
You should bootstrap. There's no easy money. You should put in your own money. You should not come to IA with a PPT. You should bootstrap, bring it to a level where you have some customers. To validate the problem has got some takers. In this age, the cost of launching a startup has come down drastically. Hence, you should launch, you should have few customers to validate your hypothesis if this problem has got some takers. Keep on bootstrapping. एक्सेलरेटर बाय डेफिनेशन जब आप गाड़ी का एक्सेलरेटर दबाते हो स्पीड भागती है, तो जब आपकी स्टार्टअप को एक्सेलरेशन चाहिए, ग्रोथ चाहिए, दैट्स अ गुड टाइम. आई नो आई एम स्टैंडिंग बिटवीन you guys and listening to the hero of today's session, Narwane Sahab. Anything, any last comment, and I'll just hand over to Narwane Sahab. Because we really...
You can ask more questions. The longer you take, the less I have to speak.
No, that's, and that is something we can't have. And again, it is a privilege to know you. It is a privilege to sit next to you in the flight, and you have contributed a lot to the country, sir. So thank you so much for taking out time and be here with us this evening. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Ashish bhai. Now I request to Advocate Anil Shah to introduce Mr. General Manoj Narwane ji, please.
आज का ये अवसर हम सबके लिए गर्व और प्रेरणा का क्षण है. हमारे बीच ऐसे व्यक्तित्व पधारे हैं जिन्होंने अपना जीवन मातृभूमि की सेवा और सुरक्षा के लिए समर्पित किया. मैं बात करता हूँ भारत के 28वें चीफ ऑफ डिफेंस स्टाफ जनरल मनोज मुकुंद नरवाणे सर की. जनरल नरवाणे जी ने भारतीय सेना में 4 दशक से भी ज्यादा अधिक समय तक सेवा की है. उनके दृढ़ निश्चय और रणनीतिक सोच से भारत की सीमाओं की सुरक्षित रखा और दुश्मनों को करारा जवाब दिया. जनरल नरवाणे जी एक केवल कुशल सैन्य अधिकारी नहीं है, बल्कि दूरदर्शी सुधारक भी रहे हैं. उनके नेतृत्व में भारत की सेना ने मेक इन इंडिया परियोजनाओं में कई नई दिशा दी, जिनकी कीमत 11,000 करोड़ से भी ज्यादा है. महिलाओं के लिए नेशनल डिफेंस एकेडमी में प्रवेश दिलाकर उन्होंने भारतीय सेना के इतिहास में एक स्वर्णिम अध्याय लिखा. सेवा में निवृत्त होने के बाद भी उन्होंने अपने उद्योग और स्टार्टअप और युवा को प्रेरित कर रहे हैं. वो मानते हैं कि अनुशासन, ईमानदारी और जिम्मेदारी जैसी सैनिक मूल्य केवल सेना के लिए सीमित नहीं है, बल्कि कॉर्पोरेट और समाज में भी उसकी उतनी आवश्यकता है. मैं नरवानी सर के लिए एक शायरी पेश करूंगा. मौसमों से ऊंची होती है पर्वत की चोटी, बलिदानों से रोशन होती है धरती की रोटी. जनरल नरवाणे जैसे सपूत जब तक है यहाँ, भारत माँ की आन बान शान रहेगी सदा सर. आप सबको विनती करूंगा कि आप अपने स्थान पे खड़े होके जनरल नरवाणे जी को सलाम करें.
Thank you, everyone.
Once again, good evening, everyone. And thank you to the Southern Gujarat Chambers of Commerce and Industry for giving me this opportunity to speak to you all, especially to the President and the Vice President in absentia, and of course all the office bearers who are here sitting well and right. Ashish has just told you how to make money and now tell you how to spend it. And that is the financial implications, strategic implications of defense and what it takes to keep your country safe and sound and secure. Before that, would you like me to speak in English or in Hindi? Or Marathi? Hindi. So I'll switch between languages as required. तो ये पहली बार नहीं है कि मैं सूरत आ रहा हूँ, ये मेरा तीसरा विजिट है और मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि सिर्फ ये एक डायमंड हब या टेक्सटाइल हब नहीं है, यहाँ पे L&T की हजीरा में एक फैक्ट्री भी है जहाँ पे K9 वज्रा गन बनती है। ये 100 गन हमने इंडियन आर्मी के लिए ऑर्डर किए थे टैंकों के साथ काम करने के लिए प्लेन्स में, पंजाब राजस्थान के रेगिस्तान में। लेकिन जब 2020 में ईस्टर्न लद्दाख में कांड हुआ, उस वक्त कुछ गने हमने यहाँ प्लेन सेक्टर से लेकर हाई एल्टीट्यूड में भेज दी टेस्ट करने के लिए कि वहाँ पर भी ये काम करेंगे या नहीं। और क्योंकि ये अपना इंडिजिनस गन था, इसकी आईपी हमारे पास थी, पीओटी हमारे पास थी, इसलिए हम इसके ऊपर कुछ सुधार कर पाए जिससे वो उस क्षेत्र में भी एल्टीट्यूड और माउंटेनस एरिया में भी काम कर सके। और ये इतने कामयाब रहे कि जो पहला 100 गन का ऑर्डर खत्म हो चुका था, लेकिन अभी हमने 100 और गन का ऑर्डर दिया है। So it is not just textile or diamond hub, you all are contributing equally to the defense of the nation. So since I'm the army chief, I was talking about army. You're quite right. And they were the pioneers in also making submarines, including the features which allow for missiles to be launched from submarines while still underwater without having to surface, which is a very big thing to maintain the stealth and secrecy aspect of the submarine. As I said, Surat is also very much partner in the nation's defense. When we talk about a nation, I would like to digress a bit before I come to the financial aspect. That what is a nation? One political scientist described it as when a set of people have some common characteristics, common likes or dislikes, the same religion, the same culture, the same dance forms, the cuisine, ethnicity, when all these factors come together and get bounded in a particular geographical space, then that becomes a nation. फिर वो राष्ट्र कहलाता है। तो अगर आप और देशों का देखो, जैसे मान लो फ्रांस, सारे फ्रेंच बोलते हैं, सारे वाइन पीते हैं, लेकिन ये परिभाषा अगर आप इंडिया पे डाले तो क्या तो काम करती है? नहीं करती। तो सरसों का साग और इडली डोसा में तो कुछ कॉमन नहीं है, भाषा भी नहीं है कॉमन, रिलीजन इतने सारे हैं, फिर भी हम एक राष्ट्र कैसे बन के रहे? वही that is our greatness, that is the greatness of Bharat. That in spite of all these differences, we are still continuing to survive and grow as one country. तो अनेकता में एकता जो है, तो एक सिर्फ एक स्लोगन नहीं है. It is something that we have to be very proud of. That we have been able
to remain united in spite of our differences. ये अलग बात है कि मराठी और गुजराती आपस में लड़ते रहते हैं कि ढोकला किसने बनाया था, लेकिन वो छोड़ो. So we have to find common ground, appreciate the differences amongst ourselves, and these differences are a strength. So, जो अनेकता में एकता है, उससे हमें आगे जाके वो अनेकता हमारी शक्ति है, क्योंकि हर प्रांत से, हर जगह से अलग अलग क्वालिटीज आते हैं, which goes to make a good company, a good country, and so on. So that is the point I would like to leave, that we must all at all times strive to do whatever is good for the greater good of the country, and not just for our particular region or state or whatever it may be. जो भी हम निर्णय लेते हैं, सबसे पहले से ये सोचना है कि क्या ये राष्ट्र के लिए अच्छा है या नहीं, फिर आगे बढ़ो. Yes, if you have a country, you have to defend it. You have to defend it from external enemies, you have to defend it internally. Defending a country from external enemies is actually easier than dealing with an internal threat. कौटिल्य ने ये बोला था 2000 वर्ष पहले. Internal security is more difficult. क्यों? क्योंकि कौन दुश्मन है वो पता नहीं चलता. बीच में ही बैठा. External enemy is very easy. बॉर्डर है, उस पार दुश्मन, उस पार अपना. जहाँ वो जो उस पार है उसको उड़ा दो. Very easy. So we have to be very careful of this internal security dimension that is there, and always guard ourselves against. क्योंकि जो बाहर वाले लोग हैं वो यही कोशिश करेंगे कि हमें तोड़ने के लिए, जात के ऊपर, रिलीजन के ऊपर कुछ न कुछ वो ढूंढेंगे कि कैसे वो हमारा बंटवारा. तो हमने उनके इस जाल में नहीं फंसना. लेकिन अगर हमने देश को सुरक्षित रखना है तो फिर डिफेंस के ऊपर चर्चा करना पड़ेगा. 5th century AD में एक रोमन स्कॉलर ने कहा था कि if you want peace, prepare for war. And why do you want peace? Because if there is no peace, there cannot be development. Peace and prosperity, the two words go together. You can't have prosperity if you don't have peace. You can't have peace if you are not well prepared. And if you are not well prepared, फिर जो आपके दुश्मन है वो उसका फायदा नहीं. अभी रशिया यूक्रेन की लड़ाई देख लो. यूक्रेन ने कई वर्ष के लिए अपने डिफेंस के ऊपर इतना ध्यान नहीं दिया, उसके ऊपर खर्चा नहीं किया, तो रशिया को मौका मिल गया. ये लड़ाई शुरू हुई 2022 में, फरवरी 2022 में. एक वर्ल्ड बैंक की रिपोर्ट है मई 23 की, एक साल का जो नुकसान हुआ है यूक्रेन में और उसका रिकंस्ट्रक्शन कॉस्ट क्या है, वो था एक साल का $411 बिलियन. अभी तीसरा साल चल रहा है. 411 बिलियन में से अगर 10% भी अगर वो डिफेंस पर खर्चा करते तो शायद ये लड़ाई नहीं होती. So it is very important to understand that you have to spend on a nation's defense. And it is one aspect that cannot be outsourced. आप अपनी इस बिल्डिंग की सिक्योरिटी आउटसोर्स कर सकते हैं, लेकिन देश की सिक्योरिटी किसको आउटसोर्स करोगे? चाइना को? तो बड़े खुश होंगे कि आ जाओ आप ले लेते हैं आपकी सिक्योरिटी. या यूएस को नहीं कर सकते, वो तो गवर्नमेंट की जिम्मेदारी. फर्स्ट एंड foremost responsibility of any government is the protection of its own country. And the rest, all the responsibilities come later. But how much is to be spent on defense? That is a matter of debate. And for a developing country like us, it will always be a debate on how much to spend on defense and how much to spend on development. But as I said, the first priority will always be on this. Just to give you an idea of what is the defense budget like. The budget for 25-26 was 6.81 lakh crore. ट्रेन में बात कर रहे थे कि कितने जीरो लगते हैं हमें मालूम नहीं. So that is the kind of money which is spent. और इसमें जो कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर है that is about 1.8 lakh crore, which is only 25% of the overall budget. बाकी रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर में जाता है, PN allowances, pensions, R&D, DRDO को वगैरह वगैरह. I'm giving these figures because capital expenditure and revenue. In revenue is also maintenance, operating expenditure, spares required to keep the tanks and guns and everything rolling. I'm giving these figures because they are implications for what we are doing, what we want to do in the future. So that is what we have to do. अभी पहलगाम के टेरर अटैक के बाद ऑफ सिंदूर हुआ और 10 तारीख को फिर वो सीज फायर भी हुआ. 11 तारीख को मैं पूना में एक लेक्चर दे रहा था. वहाँ पे लोगों ने पूछा कि जब हम जीत रहे थे हमने रोका क्यों. और तब मैंने ये स्टेटमेंट किया था कि वॉर इज नॉट अ बॉलीवुड एंड दैट बिकेम हेडलाइंस द नेक्स्ट डे. Yes, it is not a Bollywood movie, but there are costs to war. So there are costs of firstly maintaining a standing army, standing costs. Then there are costs of running it on a year-to-year basis. Thereafter there are costs when actually something happens, a war happens or something. Then there are reconstruction and the recoupment cost. After all, if you have spent a certain amount of arms and ammunition prosecuting that war, those stocks have to be made up again. And lastly, the reconstruction cost. Whatever damage. Fortunately, this time हमारा कोई नुकसान नहीं हुआ. लेकिन अगर होता एक पुल उठ जाता, भाखरा नंगल डैम उठ जाता, या रेलवे यार्ड या कोई एयरपोर्ट, उसको भी दोबारा बनाना. मैंने कहा यूक्रेन $411 billion reconstruction. All these are costs actually drained from the government extent. Therefore, going to war should always be the last priority, not the first priority. And the effort should always be to stop it as soon as possible. And I say that as an army chief. हमें लड़ने में कोई खुशी नहीं होती. तो चाहते हैं कि जो भी विवाद हो वो डिस्कशन और डायलॉग के जरिए उसको रिजॉल्व किया जाए as far as possible. This is the last. Again, to give you some examples, how much costs. और आजकल विवाद चल रहा है कि एयरफोर्स के लिए कौन सा हवाई जहाज लिया जाए, F-35 लिया जाए, Sukhoi 57 लिया जाए या राफेल लिया जाए. तो अगर 110 राफेल या F-35 खरीदने और उसका अगर 40 साल का लाइफ साइकिल कॉस्ट अगर आप देखोगे तो F-35 के लिए $80 billion. Cost of acquisition $12 billion, operating cost 33, maintenance 21, spares वगैरह 13, कुल मिलाकर $80 billion. और अगर आप राफेल लो तो ये तकरीबन $50 billion. That is the kind of money which has to be spent. 80 billion यानी कि 7,000 करोड़. और अभी मैंने कहा कि कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर कितना था बजट में 1.8 लाख. सिर्फ हवाई जहाज खरीदेंगे तो 4 साल का पूरा बजट सिर्फ जहाज खरीदने में ही जाएगा. आर्मी नेवी को कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. तो ये बड़ा फैसला होता है गवर्नमेंट कौन सा हथियार खरीदे, बाहर से खरीदे, अंदर से खरीदे, और उस मुद्दे के ऊपर मैं अभी और चर्चा करूँ। देयर आर एक्विजिशन कॉस्ट, देयर आर मेंटेनेंस कॉस्ट, डिकूपिंग कॉस्ट, लेकिन एक और कॉस्ट है जो इंटेंजिबल कॉस्ट है और जो रुपए पैसे में नहीं गिनी जा सकती, वो है इमोशनल कॉस्ट, सोशल कॉस्ट। जो फौजी जाता है लड़ने के लिए और जो शहीद होते हैं, ये फैमिलीज पर क्या परिणाम, उसके बारे में कोई बात नहीं करता। और वो उसका जो इफेक्ट है, परिणाम है, वो जनरेशन के लिए चलता है। यंग बॉय और गर्ल, child who loses his father, his or her father, 5, 7, 8 years old, they will remember that till their adults, 40, 50 years later, the trauma. उस trauma के बारे में कोई नहीं सोचता. And that is why I say army people are the last ones to want to die. But we experience that. But now this expenditure on defense, is it a sunk cost or some return that you're getting out? कई लोगों का कहना है कि वेस्ट क्यों करना है? As I said, unless you have peace, you can't have prosperity, and people will take advantage. I would like to put this aspect of defense expenditure in two different assets. एक इसको आप इंश्योरेंस समझ लो, सबके पास इंश्योरेंस है, और जितने आपको ज्यादा कवरेज चाहिए उतने आपको प्रीमियम भी ज्यादा देना पड़ेगा। उसी तरह देश को जितने ज्यादा खतरे होंगे उतना ही उसको डिफेंस के ऊपर भी उतना ही खर्चा करना पड़ेगा। लेकिन इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम और डिफेंस एक्सपेंडिचर में एक बड़ा फर्क है, जो अभी मैंने इसका जिक्र किया कि आपका इंश्योरेंस का पैसा कब आता है? आफ्टर द इवेंट, हादसा होने के बाद फिर इंश्योरेंस किक्स है। यहाँ अगर आप अच्छी तरीके से डिफेंस एक्सपेंडिचर करोगे, सही एलोकेशन होगे, सही प्रोक्योरमेंट्स होगे, तो हादसा होगा ही नहीं, इतना ज्यादा आपका फायदा होगा और पैसा। और दूसरा, रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट। क्या इसमें रिटर्न है? मैं कहता हूँ हाँ है। इट इज नॉट वो डिफेंस जब मैंने बोला 6.81 लाख करोड़ रुपए कहाँ जा रहा है? कैपिटल बजट में, रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर। कैपिटल बजट किसको जा रहा है? इन कंपनियों को हम ऑर्डर दे रहे हैं, उन्हीं को जा रहा है। अगर L&T को ऑर्डर दिया है 100 गन का, तो वो 7,000 करोड़ का ऑर्डर था, L&T को गया है। L&T को मतलब उनके वर्कर्स को, उनके शेयर होल्डर्स को, तो ये पैसा वापस अपनी इकोनॉमी में सर्कुलेट हो रहा है। अगर आप कोई भी डिफेंस रिलेटेड कंपनी का शेयर वैल्यू देख लो, शेयर प्राइस देख लो, पिछले 2-3 साल में 20 से 30%, चाहे L&T हो, चाहे HAL हो, BEL हो, you are getting value for that money, you are getting proper return on that investment. लेकिन वो वैल्यू और वो इन्वेस्टमेंट, वो रिटर्न अभी अच्छा है जबकि वो मेक इन इंडिया है। वो अगर 7,000 करोड़ या बाहर जाने वाला है US में, फ्रांस में, then it is not such a good investment. It's still required for the defense, but the return is not. और इसीलिए जो हमारी अभी पॉलिसी है आत्मनिर्भर भारत की, मेक इन इंडिया की, मेक इन इंडिया की, इसीलिए इसके ऊपर हम इतना जोर क्यों दे रहे हैं? इसका फायदा जो है अपनी कंपनीज को मिले, अपनी वर्कर्स को मिले, उन्हीं को बोनस ज़्यादा मिलेगा, शेयर होल्डर, जितने भी स्टेक होल्डर हैं, उन्हीं का फायदा होगा। और इस सिलसिले में जो अगली बात आती है कि जो अपनी इंडस्ट्री है और उसमें स्टार्टअप्स भी शामिल हैं, दे हैव अ बिग रोल टू। It is not only big companies, L&T, और जो हमने पहला ऑर्डर दिया 2020 में गलवान के बाद आइडिया फोर्ज, that was a startup for UAVs, and they competed against well-established firms like Tata Aerospace Limited, and they won the company. तो ये नहीं है कि बड़े-बड़े कंपनीज ही सक्सेसफुल होती हैं, स्टार्टअप भी सक्सेसफुल, they understood our requirement and they were able to deliver exactly what we wanted. So that is where the startup ecosystem comes into play. That you have to understand what is the requirement not only of the armed forces but also of the country. Somebody asked, what is the startup? You have to understand the felt need in that society and either come up with a new product or come up with a new way to deliver the same service which already exists. And if you can do either one of those, then that idea is there in your mind, you can definitely prosper. So that is how this whole ecosystem works. And if we are able to leverage our strengths and through industry, through these startups, we have to find where we are lacking. अभी एयरक्राफ्ट का मैंने एग्जांपल लिया, हम बाहर से क्यों हवाई जहाज खरीदे? क्योंकि हम हवाई जहाज का इंजन ही नहीं बना पा रहे। 70 साल हो गए हम स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं कि इंजन बना। हवाई जहाज में स्पेस की कमी होती है, इंजन भी to be really power packed, can't make a, they don't have the luxury of space. इन 70 साल में हम इंजन नहीं बना पाए, हम चांद पे पहुंच गए, लेकिन इंजन में फिर क्यों है? What is the problem? जब तक ये बेसिक चीजें हम नहीं सुधार पाएंगे, और अभी भी जब मेक इन इंडिया के ऊपर हम बात करते हैं और कंपनीज को हम ऑर्डर देते हैं, तो जो हार्ट है उस वेपन सिस्टम या प्लेटफॉर्म का, वो फिर भी बाहर से आ रहा है। अगर टैंक है, इंजन बाहर से आ रहा है, अगर एयरक्राफ्ट है तो इंजन बाहर से आ रहा है, गन है तो बैरल बाहर से आ रहा है। तो जब तक वो की कंपोनेंट अपना नहीं होगा, तब तक जो है हम ट्रूली आत्मनिर्भर नहीं बन पाएंगे। तो पेरिफेरल चीजें हम बना रहे हैं, ट्रक का हम चैसिस बना रहे हैं, टायर बना रहे हैं, ट्यूब बना रहे हैं, लेकिन अगर इंजीनियरिंग बाहर से आ रहे हैं तो काफी चीजें। So going forward, we have to concentrate on these key and niche technologies, which will propel us to the next stage, and that is where we need to focus our attention. I mentioned about the cost of waging war. One aircraft, Rafale, was 600 crores. 600 crores is enough to build and run a 60-bedded hospital for 1 year with full state-of-the-art machine. 600 crore is more than the total budget of Gujarat for the midday meals. देखो कितना पैसा, but development, defense have to go together. So you have to be able, एक ब्रह्मोस मिसाइल 30 करोड़, हमने अगर 10 मिसाइल फायर किए 300 करोड़, 300 करोड़ फिर खर्च करने पड़ेंगे वो स्टॉक दोबारा बनाने के। ये नहीं कि फायर कर दिया तो खजाना खाली। तो इसीलिए इस पर कंसंट्रेट करो कि कैसे हम ट्रूली हम आत्मनिर्भर बन सकते हैं। तभी जो है हमारे देश की तरक्की, हमारी तरक्की हो रही है। We are now the 4th largest economy in the world. लेकिन आशीष भाई ने भी इसका थोड़ा सा जिक्र किया था। 4th largest, but far behind. 4th largest करके हम बड़े खुश होते हैं। फर्स्ट फिगर्स को राउंड अप कर रहा हूँ मैं, लेकिन फर्स्ट अगर यूएसए है 20 ट्रिलियन, तो तो सेकंड पे है चाइना 3 ट्रिलियन, थर्ड फोर्थ पे 4 ट्रिलियन पर आ जाता है। गैप देखो कितना है। तो हाँ, जरूर हमें खुश होना चाहिए कि हम फोर्थ लार्जेस्ट है 4 ट्रिलियन, लेकिन 4 ट्रिलियन पे नहीं खुश होना चाहिए। हमें भी तो 15 हम 15 पे पढ़ लेके चाइना 20 पर पहुंच गया। तो ना सिर्फ बढ़ना है, लेकिन इतनी तेजी से बढ़ना है कि हम वो गैप कम कर सकें। और तेजी से तभी बढ़ पाएंगे जब इस किस्म के स्टार्टअप्स आएंगे जो हमें प्रोपेल करेंगे, जैसे रॉकेट को स्पेस में प्रोपेल करता है एस्केप वेलोसिटी। जब तक वो नहीं होगा हमारे इकोसिस्टम में, तब तक हम अपना सही स्थान वर्ल्ड स्टेज पे नहीं ले पाएंगे। तो ये मेरे चंद एक पॉइंट है, और कोई सवाल हो इनके ऊपर तो मैं दे सकता हूँ। थैंक यू।
So I just wanted to ask, going forward, as we have seen in this opposition single, most of the fights have been taken place by drones. So what do you see the future requirement for the drones?
तो हर दशक के सदी में एक, इससे पहले मैं एक और बात कहना चाहूँगा कि हमेशा भी लोग कहते हैं कि टेक्नोलॉजी ने बहुत फर्क डाला है, टेक्नोलॉजी ने बहुत फर्क डाला है, लेकिन टेक्नोलॉजी हमेशा थी, लेकिन अभी उसके ऊपर लोग ज़्यादा मारते हैं। तो सबसे पहले गन पाउडर आया और राइफल बने, वो उस जमाने में भी एक बहुत एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी थी जो हम आजकल बहुत नॉर्मल मानते हैं। जब सबसे पहले हवाई जहाज उड़ा तब भी हमें लगा कि ये तो बहुत ही एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी है। अभी उसी तरह जब पहले बार टैंक आया, वाज द बेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी ऑफ दैट टाइम। और जब टैंक आया तो टैंक और एंटी टैंक उसका कंपटीशन शुरू हुआ। पहले टैंक में 100 mm आर्मर प्रोटेक्शन था, तो एंटी टैंक वेपन उसको नष्ट करता था, तो 100 mm का 200 mm कर दिया, उसको ये कर दिया तो 300 mm कर दिया, अभी 400 mm हो गया। तो उसी तरह वो कंपटीशन पिछले जमाने, अगले आने वाले समय में ये कंपटीशन ड्रोन और एंटी ड्रोन के बीच में होगा। ड्रोन्स ने किस तरीके से हम लड़ाई करते हैं, टैक्टिक्स और डॉक्ट्रिन, उसमें बदलाव लाया, खास करके स्वॉर्म ड्रोन टेक्नोलॉजी। और उसके खिलाफ जो कार्रवाई करनी है, एंटी ड्रोन सिस्टम, उसके ऊपर जोर से काम। इसमें एक और मुद्दा ये है कि ड्रोन है $200 का, उसके ऊपर अब $20,000 का मिसाइल नहीं फायर कर सकते। मतलब कर सकते हो, इट इज नॉट रिटर्न फॉर मनी, इट इज नॉट अ कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव सोल्यूशन। अगर आपको $200 का ड्रोन गिराना है तो आपको $20 का सोल्यूशन, $100 ड्रोन आने वाले। और इसी साइट पर अभी R&D चल रहा है। अभी मैंने पढ़ा कल या परसों, ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने एक सिस्टम डेवलप किया है फॉर अबाउट 87 बिलियन या बिलियन, मैं भी भूल रहा हूँ, लेकिन कॉस्ट ऑफ वन शॉट विल बी ओनली $2। इस किस्म के जो आइडियाज हैं, दैट इज वेयर आवर स्टार्टअप्स हैव टू कंसंट्रेट ऑन दिस ड्रोन एंड काउंटर ड्रोन, कि कैसे हम एक कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव सॉल्यूशन ला सकते हैं। और ना सिर्फ इन फील्ड्स में, लेकिन इवन इन इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, cyber security, all these fields are also open to the startup ecosystem to look at. And this is where we are lacking. Why are we still dependent on WhatsApp and TikTok and things like that which are developed in foreign countries? Why is not a single operating system being made in India? सारे हमारे आईटी प्रोफेशनल वहाँ सिलिकॉन वैली में जाके बना रहे, वो इंडिया में क्यों नहीं बना रहे हमारे लिए? अभी जब आप सिंदूर हुआ आर्मी ने एक अपना खुद का मैसेजिंग सिस्टम इस्तेमाल किया, जो व्हाट्सएप वगैरह में नहीं है, तो खुद का सॉफ्टवेयर है और उसका आईपी भी अभी आर्मी के पास है। और उसमें इंक्रिप्शन, आपको पता है व्हाट्सएप में इंक्रिप्शन होता है, कि मान लो किसी को वो कोड मिल जाए तो क्या होगा, तो आपके सारे मैसेज पढ़ता है। लेकिन हमारा सिस्टम जो है वो हर मैसेज अलग कोड में एंटर। एक बार अगर हमने बात की है और वो किसी ने ढूंढ लिया तो सिर्फ आपका लास्ट मैसेज और मेरा लास्ट मैसेज ही पढ़ता है, जो अगला मैसेज में भेजूंगा वो दूसरे कोड में, तो वो क्रैक नहीं करता। तो आइडियाज तो बहुत हैं, लेकिन सिर्फ ये है कि इस आइडियाज को कैसे कन्वर्ट करना है, convert it into a scalable model. What is the
Good evening, sir. Sunita Dhanwani, Associate Vashish Group of Schools. Sir, आपने अपनी पूरी लाइफ जो है वो देश को दी, and now what is the vision behind joining IA? Startup area, like why you chose that? What is the vision behind that?
Because even while in service, I realized that there are many companies who are struggling to find a foothold, especially in the defense field. So we are a very closed ecosystem. और जो आखिरी F Expo हुआ था गांधीनगर में 2022 में, वो फरवरी में होना था, लेकिन वो रशिया यूक्रेन लड़ाई की वजह से वो पोस्टपोन हो गया। By October I had retired, but I still came for that defense. और वहाँ फिर मैं कोई दूसरे तीसरे दिन आया, जब तक वो सारे VIP मेरे जैसे आके निकल चुके थे। I could go and see all the people very properly, and I went and saw the stalls which were in the second and third row. Not that middle row जहाँ पे बड़े बड़े L&T और टाटास और फॉरेन कंपनी के स्टॉल लगे हैं। सेकेंड थर्ड रो में जो छोटे छोटे कंपनियाँ, और वो कैसे स्ट्रगल कर रहे थे। उनका यही कहना था कि हम घुसे तो घुसे कैसे, किससे बात करनी, हाउ डू वी ब्रेक दिस साइकिल दैट ओनली बिग कंपनीज कैन। और वहाँ पे एक स्टार्टअप था, उसने ये कहा कि मैं नोएडा में हूँ और मेरे कंपनी के कुछ 2-3 हिस्से पुर्जे उसने बताए कि जितने भी ट्रक इंडिया में बनते हैं ये मेरे इस कंपनी से बनते, नोएडा से। वेरी स्मॉल, it is remained a small company, not being able to scale it. I had many such experiences of how people are struggling to convert their idea into a very good scalable model, and therefore this attempt to help IA in finding such people and not only mentoring them but helping them gain access to the correct places within the defense establishment. But my role finishes in giving them that access. Here is the vice chief's number, please go and meet him. Now you have to give him the presentation. He has to be convinced. मैं आपके फिर वहाँ पे सिफारिश नहीं करने वाला कि इसका प्रोडक्ट अच्छा है, आप ले लो। मेरा काम है फैसिलिटेशन, get the two people together. और इसके लिए आर्मी में एक आर्मी डिजाइन ब्यूरो है ADB, और उसका वेबसाइट भी है। Anybody can approach the ADB with any idea, और हम उस आइडिया का CO मोटो कॉग्निजेंस भी लेते हैं, चाहे हमने वो मांगा ना हो, लेकिन आपके पास अगर आइडिया है तो आप वहाँ ADB में वो दे सकते हैं और उसको इवैल्यूएट करके we'll take it forward. कभी कभी हम प्रोफेशनल सप्लाई ऑर्डर PSP पर पहले ही दे देते हैं in anticipation of a product reaching maturation. And there are, just like IA is there are government schemes like ITEX for innovation, defense excellence, which give money by stages to startups. But money is always in short supply. जैसे कहते हैं कि वो startups, first people to invest in that is family, friends, and fools. Abhi Nike, a big company, he started off with a few $1,000 loan from his father, and he started off by selling shoes from the dicky of his car. He started off. McDonald's is one example. Nike is fully another. So, which startup will rise and become unicorn, or you can't say, but that is
to encourage the startups, encourage that Make in India concept.
Make in India.
Thank you.
सर उसका पोटेंशियल कितना है सर टोटल डिफेंस परचेजेस में आत्मनिर्भर या लोकल परचेजेस कितने हैं?
तो जैसे मैंने कहा कि हमारी कोशिश तो यही है कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हम अपने लोकल इंडियन कंपनी से ही खरीदें, और इसमें आर्मी, नेवी, एयरफोर्स में भी फर्क पड़ता है। मैं ये नहीं करूँगा कि आर्मी में टेक्नोलॉजी कम है, लेकिन अगर आप तुलना करें एयरफोर्स और नेवी के साथ, तो उनकी ज़रूरत है ज़्यादा हाईटेक, जो कि इंडिया में नहीं है। इसलिए हम, जैसे एयरक्राफ्ट का भी मैंने उदाहरण लिया, इसलिए मजबूरन हमें फिर से शायद बाहर जाना पड़े। लेकिन जहाँ तक आर्मी के रिक्वायरमेंट्स है, गन्स, टैंक्स, वो ज़्यादातर इंडिया में बन रहे हैं। तो आर्मी का इंडिजिनस प्रोक्योरमेंट इज ऑलमोस्ट 80% ऑफ द टोटल कैपिटल, बट एयरफोर्स, नेवी इज क्लोजर टू 40-50%, तो एवरेज होके पर वो 70 तक आ जाता है। तो कोशिश तो यही है कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ऑर्डर्स इंडियन कंपनीज को दी जाए। लेकिन जैसे कहा मैंने, वहाँ पे आर्ट इज स्टिल कमिंग फ्रॉम आउटसाइड।
सर अभी हमने सुना है कि जो बुलेट प्रूफ बख्तर दिए जाते थे तो वो बहुत ही कम थे, तो इसकी क्या पोजीशन है, क्या स्टैटिस्टिक्स है? हमने पढ़ा था कि वेरी फ्यू परसेंटेज को ही बुलेट प्रूफ बख्तर मिलते हैं।
बुलेट प्रूफ व्हीकल्स की कोई कमी नहीं है, बहुत सारे लोग बना रहे हैं, महिंद्रास भी बना रहा है, टाटास भी बना रहा है, यानी खुद फ्लैग ऑफ किए दरबान गाड़ियों। ये ज़रूरत जो है वो हमेशा थ्रेट एनालिसिस के ऊपर होती है। तो पहले जो आर्मर्ड व्हीकल्स थे वो हम सिर्फ एक एक्सटर्नल एनिमी के सोर्स से लेते थे कि अगर हमें अटैक करना है तो ये चाहिए होगा। लेकिन जो हमारी CI, काउंटर इंसर्जेंसी, काउंटर टेररिज्म की ज़रूरत है, जैसे बढ़ती गई, तकरीबन सभी यूनिटों को हमें ये देना, इसलिए वो फोकस चेंज हुआ और ये सभी यूनिट में, ये नहीं कि अभी आया। 2003-04 में जब मैं कर्नल था, तभी हमारे यूनिट में कैस्पीर नाम की बुलेट प्रूफ व्हीकल थी। तो कैस्पीर व्हीकल साउथ अफ्रीकन थी, इंट्रोड्यूस हुई थी, तो हर यूनिट में 2 हुआ करते, क्लोजली गार्डेड। Now things are very much every unit has different kind, very high armor protection to low armor protection, depending on the unit. I did not touch upon the particular areas where startups can concentrate on, but AI is one such area where definitely we need to pay attention. So AI has come to stay, and AI will be part of any new development. AI and cyber hardening, and both go together. So any new platform which is made will automatically have these 2 aspects, and AI will be a key tool in what we call ISR, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, which are the prerequisites for decision making. not only will artificial intelligence be required for that, once those inputs are gathered, we will also assist in formulating possible responses. There are also developments towards what is called LAWS, LAWS, Lethal Autonomous Weapon Systems. एक बार उसमें सारा डेटा फीड कर लो और वो अपने आप गोली चला दे, जैसे ही उसको वो कोई वो भी मतलब अपने फीड किया उसके हाथ से। लेकिन इसमें इनहेरेंट फ्लॉज और डेंजर्स, और इसके ऊपर अभी ग्लोबली चर्चा हो रही है कि उनसे एथिकल स्टैंडर्ड्स मिलिट्री एआई में लानी चाहिए। और इसमें बॉटम लाइन that is being thought of, that we should always have a human who takes the final ethical decision to fire or not to fire. In a room full of people like this, if you have programmed a machine gun that if you see one terrorist fire, it will fire. It will not care that there are 200 more innocent people. You have programmed it that. And as I said, that is the inherent flaw, that the program can be wrong. The programming can be biased. You can perhaps program it that only kill people who are 5 feet and below. भी हो सकता है, कुछ भी, मतलब it is a human who is breaking the program. Make it, and I am not giving a fanciful example. This has actually happened in HR. In one company in the US, they suddenly realized that the program was automatically shortlisting candidates for interview which met a particular social criteria, and only white males of a certain thing were being thrown up by the system. Even females were not coming in that system, let alone other races or ethnicities. Only white Christian males were being called for interview because the AI programmed it that. So it is a good thing. It has got a lot of danger. Both have merged.
Last question. You have heard about GPS hacking. How it will affect the missile delivery system in future?
In the course of its life. The one that is heading BrahMos, for example, is on inertial directions. And you can guide the BrahMos not only from point A to point B, you can tell it to go from A, B, C, D, and then go to the actual point. So if you fire it, it is going in some other direction. It will zoom करके it will come to the throughout that journey of 18-20 minutes, there is no input. Neither is the missile sending any signal back, nor are you sending any signal. During the training time, we put a transmitter on the missile so that we can track and see that सही जा रहा है, हमने प्रोग्राम किया था कि ABCD करके जाना है, तो असली वहाँ से गया है. And जो combat missile है, उसमें जो telemetry हम निकाल दें. Now we are confident that it works. So for everything there is a solution, there is a logic. And this is a battle of wits which keeps going on. There is a tank versus anti-tank, drone versus counter-drone, jamming versus counter electronic warfare, and counter-electronic warfare. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, नरवाने जी. डिफेंस के बारे में बहुत कुछ इंसाइट आपने दिया उसके लिए. And आशीष जी, once again, thank you very much. Once again, Chamber of Commerce की जिस समय आपने beautiful platform हमें दिया कि इंडिया एस्लेटर को लॉन्च करने के लिए प्लेटफॉर्म भी दिया, तो इसलिए once again Chamber of Commerce को thank you very much. So here we conclude our session. Thank you very much.
On behalf of Chamber of Commerce, I extend my heartfelt thank you to General Dharan Rawne sir, Ashish Bhatia ji. Thank you very much.